practical, it was reliable, it was fun to own. And now it's coming back. This is the 2026 Honda Element story. Honda just got the green light on a camper patent that immediately brings back Element vibes. Sure, not every patent makes it to the showroom floor. Automakers sketch out wild ideas all the time, but this one feels different. With so many fans still talking about the vehicle years after it disappeared, Honda would be crazy to pass on reviving it. For anyone who's been secretly hoping the Element would return, it looks like your patience might finally pay off. Here's what we know so far about how it will look when it could hit the market, and what kind of price tag to expect. Revival of boxy campers. The original Element earned its reputation by being endlessly practical and highly customizable. Owners treated it like a blank canvas. Some built out the interior with beds and storage. Others threw a tent on the roof and turned it into a weekend getaway machine. It wasn't just transportation, it was a lifestyle rig. Nearly 15 years after its discontinuation, Honda has stirred up those same feelings with a fresh patent. Filed with the USPTO nearly 2 years ago and only published a few months ago, it outlines a camper attachment that latches onto the back and top of a vehicle. We're not talking about a simple bolt-on either. This setup comes with expandable sections that can nearly double the footprint once deployed. But the real headline isn't the camper itself, it's the vehicle carrying it. Look closely at the sketches and you'll notice the shape, the ground clearance, even the way the body panels sit. It all echoes the Element. And then there are the doors. That smaller rear door, opening in the opposite direction of the front, paired with handles that merge into an ovoid housing, is a dead giveaway. It's a callback to the coach doors that made the Element stand out in the first place. This isn't just another patent filing. It feels like Honda is laying the groundwork for something bigger, a true revival of one of its most beloved boxy icons. More clues. There's no such thing as a bad time to bring back something practical and reliable. But right now, it feels like the perfect storm for the Element's return. Drivers are craving vehicles that can multitask, and that's exactly where this model thrived. Look around today's market, and you'll see crossovers in every shape and size. Sleek ones, sporty ones, luxury-inspired ones. But none of them capture the Swiss Army knife versatility the Element pulled off. Fold flat seats that turned into beds, wide opening doors for loading gear, washable floors for muddy dogs. It was one of those rare vehicles that did it all without compromise. Also, Honda has already been playing with boxy design language again, and the proof is in the latest Passport. Downsize it a bit, tighten up the proportions, and suddenly you're staring at something that feels like a modernized Element. Even the bright orange launch color for the Passport felt like a wink to the past, calling back to one of the most recognizable shades. Put all of that together, the market's appetite for versatile crossovers, Honda's renewed taste for boxy SUVs, and a loyal fanbase still waiting, and the case for the 2026 Element's comeback practically makes itself. Under the hood. If there was one sore spot with the old Element, it was fuel economy. Back in the 2000s, it couldn't keep up with the wave of modern crossovers that were squeezing out better mileage. And at a time when buyers were watching every penny at the pump, that shortfall hurt. Honda isn't about to let history repeat itself. The 2026 Element has every reason to arrive with a drivetrain that's both capable and fuel-conscious. Hybrid setup is the safest bet. The carmaker already has the hardware dialed in with the CR-V, and scaling it into a smaller, lighter crossover would be the best move. Do the math, and you're looking at something around 45 miles per gallon combined, numbers that would put it right on par with the Corolla Cross Hybrid. The difference is that the Element brings way more personality and versatility than Toyota's little crossover could ever dream of. A few years back, some insiders hinted the Element might make its return as an EV. That idea isn't completely out of the question, but don't expect it right away. The regulatory push toward all-electric fleets has eased up recently, and many projects that were once racing ahead are now idling in the background. For Honda, that means a hybrid Element makes the most sense today, efficient enough to win buyers over, but not so radical that it prices itself out of reach. Release date and price. There's always the big question with comebacks like this. When can we actually expect to see it, and how much will it cost? On paper, the Element is exactly the kind of small, simple, practical vehicle that could shake up today's crowded crossover scene. If Honda really wanted to make waves, they'd drop it with a starting price under $25,000. That's bargain territory, almost too good to be true, but it would send a clear message, a positive shocker that would have buyers lining up. The patent filing gives us hope that Honda's serious about more than just a camper accessory. The boxy SUV sketched underneath the camper gear feels way too detailed to be a throwaway drawing. That's the part that has everyone talking about the idea that Honda's quietly working on a true Element successor to carry this setup. That said, don't expect to see a production-ready vehicle rolling into dealerships just yet. Realistically, 2026 could be the year Honda teases us with a concept, something to test the waters and gauge how much excitement is still out there. And if the reaction is as strong as we think it will be, the production version won't be far behind. In short, the Element's comeback feels closer than it's been in years. The question isn't if anymore, it's when.